That would be the Thursday before Memorial or Labor Day weekend.
All right. Everybody have their microphones on. Cell phones off. Okay. It's 5 o'clock. We'll go ahead and I'm going to push this gavel. Nolan, you ready? Okay. Okay, welcome to County Council tonight. We appreciate all of you being here. We will start with an opening by Councilman Dave Erickson.
I would like to do my opening in the form of prayer. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful to be able to meet here together to do the business of Cache County and to do thy business. We are grateful for everything that thou blessest us with in this wonderful valley. We are grateful for the protection of the mountains. We pray at this time that the moisture will be able to receive that moisture that is so needed within these mountains to suppress fires and to prevent fires and damage and to harm to people and property. We pray for that. We are grateful for those that protect us in all ways, and we pray that they will be blessed with safety and also be blessed with the things that they need to make good decisions in time of need. We are grateful for the opportunities to be able to serve, and at this time we ask for special blessings to inspire us and help us. Help us with clarity of mind and pureness of heart and opportunities to understand and to put ourselves and everyone else's footprints within this valley, that the decisions we make will be of good decisions and help everybody within this valley. We are grateful again for everything, and we do this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
We stand and have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Erickson. I appreciate your prayer. Okay, we need to have a review and approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the agenda. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, review and approval of the minutes from July 22nd meeting. Where's Carl when you need him? Somebody want to make a motion on that?
Found a misspelled word. No, just kidding.
The clerk sent me some corrected minutes that I distributed out to you guys. Mark Hurd found some errors, so they should be available before you right now.
Okay. All right, does anyone want to make a motion on that?
I'd move that we approve the minutes as amended.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the amended minutes from the July 22nd meeting. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, report of the county executive.
Good evening, council members, and I've got 3 appointments to present to the council tonight. And we have included some additional information on each of the Exhibit A's for each of these appointments. The first is to replace Lane D. Parker on the Planning Commission, and the proposal is to appoint Morris Poole. Just to read a couple of the sentences, not to go super long. Morris Poole has developed an office building in Logan and Providence. He has had experience with planning and zoning in both communities. He has been a resident in this valley for 68 years. He and his wife are landowners in Logan City and Cache County. And I think a lot of us know that he is that Poole, the orthodontist that is in the community. And when vetting candidates, David found him to be actually very knowledgeable about the development processes and was really impressed with his history and his knowledge. So that is the recommended appointment for the Planning Commission. Madam Chair, would you like to handle them one at a time, or would you, okay, great.
Okay. Does someone want to make a motion about that, or how, and then we can discuss that? I know there was some discussion before about whether we had enough members on the planning commission that were members of the unincorporated county. And Nolan, did you?
We're there.
We're okay with that? Because, okay. Okay, does anyone have anything else they want to discuss or accept a motion?
I move to accept the appointment of Morris Poole to the County Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay.
I will second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve Morris Poole to be on our Planning and Zoning Commission. Is there any further discussion?
Madam Chair, I still am very, very strong that, again, we're having a resident of Logan City within Logan City with no direct ties to unincorporated county and making decisions for the unincorporated county. It's a hard pill for me to swallow. I know him. He's a good man. I do know that. He will do great. But I still, it's hard for. It's real. We need to have people that are directly tied to unincorporated county, making decisions for the unincorporated area. That's how I feel.
Okay, anybody else want to chime in?
I just had a question based on what Nolan just answered. Is that we still fulfill the requirement, and Dave, you're just saying you would prefer to have more? Is that the, okay,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, okay. I just wanted to clarify if it was a requirement or a preference.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Knowing some of the thoughts that have been shared this week, I actually reached out to Morris today, and because I wanted to know, it just said and Cache County, it didn't specify. So I asked him where his land was located. I was not able to locate it just with his name on the parcel viewer, and he just responded that his land that he owns in Cache County is located in Newton and North Logan. So I don't know the specific parcels.
Okay, all right, it's been moved and seconded that we approve Morris Poole on the Planning Commission. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Next for your consideration, County Council, is a proposal to appoint Jared Imbler, replacing David Rayfield on the Cache Open Space Advisory Committee. Jared is the founder and owner of Cache Valley Nursery, and he has an in-depth knowledge of zoning development and the strategic use of green buffers. He's a non-traditional farmer, outdoorsman, and conservationist. He's been a resident in Cache Valley since 2007. And he's just really dedicated to preserving the scenic vistas, and he seemed to be the best fit at this point for a COSAC appointment. So I present to you Jared Imbler as a proposal to be appointed to the COSAC.
Okay, I would accept a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to accept the appointment of Jared Imbler to the COSAC.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we accept Jared Imbler as a member of the COSAC committee. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And then final appointment for the night. I present to you the proposal to appoint Ross Peterson to the 2025 Cache County America 250 Committee. And there's some information there about Mr. Peterson, and I'd just like to present that to the council.
I think we all know Ross, by reputation, mostly. Okay, does anyone want to make a motion on that, please?
I'll move that we approve Ross Peterson to be appointed to the Cache County America 250 Committee.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept Ross Peterson to the America 250 Committee. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. And just, we were all concerned for a second that we don't have our clerk here. I want to excuse Bryson. There's an election today, and he's very busy. So we'll,
Processing ballots.
yes, he is allowed to be absent. Okay, let's move to 6A, the Wraps and Restaurant Tax Award Extension Requests. I think Alma's going to give us an overview of that.
Can we, the light, are you gonna be using these screens?
Okay,
Can we get a little more light? Taylor, do you mind?
it's one on the very end, I think. Oh, yeah, there's several of them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Should I put my sunglasses on now?
Yeah.
So I want to give you just an overview. This is a few, there's 5 requests for extension from Logan City, and I've been in conversation with Russ Aquina and his staff. The most recent handout that you should have is on number 5. At the very end of that, the new balance after payments are made should be 0. I just want to make sure you're looking at the most current one, because we've had a few come in today, and I wanted to update you and make sure that you had the most current. So I'm going to start with number 5, and then I'll go to the others. Number 5 actually doesn't expire until December 31st of 2025 of this year, but because you were considering these others in conversations earlier in the last week or two, we decided to put that on the agenda so that you could discuss it. But since this was sent out to you, reimbursement requests have been submitted, and they are pending payment of $100,000, $73,000 and some dollars, and $264,000. All of those plus some previous reimbursement requests, that will zero out that one, and so that project is completed. You won't have to consider that one, but I wanted to just kind of update you on that one. Number 1 and number 2 were awarded in 2020. There's the names there. Originally, they expired December 31st, 2022. There was 2 extensions granted, and you'll have the dates there, one in 22 and the last one in 23. The award was $60,000, and the balance as of today, just before this meeting, was $60,000. Number 2, that one, same parameters. It was awarded in 2020 and had 2 extensions, and the dates are listed there. That award was for $45,000, and the current balance is $39,000 and some dollars and change. And then number 3 and 4 were awarded in 2022. So number 3 was awarded $209,000, and this one expired in 2024, December 31st, 2024. And we have had some reimbursement, or a reimbursement request of $151,000 and some dollars and cents, and that new balance is $57,612.40. And number 4 was awarded $50,000 in 2022 and expired December 31st, 2024. And that balance, and there was a reimbursement request just submitted today. So the new balance after that is paid would be $12,164. So 1 through 4 is to be considered for extensions. That's the request. Are there any questions from finance or for finance from my side of it?
Alma, thank you. Do you know that, if number 3 is completed, they just don't need that money? Or do you know the status of the project?
I don't know, and Russ Aquina from
okay.
Logan City is here
Okay.
to discuss the specifics of the projects.
Thank you.
I do have a question, Reps Committee. How many times are we allowed to, extend this, or is there a certain?
Well, I think we as a council are now the ones who decide that it's out of the RABS committee, so it's now us as the governing body to decide that and to give clarification to staff on how it's to be administered.
I think it would be a good idea to come up with a policy that is always evenly administered. Like, if they're not done by a certain time of year, or a certain amount of time, you need to come back and reapply, and apply, instead of us always having to consider each one individually and trying to make a decision. I think we need to work on that together as we move forward to the next RAPS round of applications. Let's maybe have something that is just evenly applied to everybody, and that's what our policy is. And so we'll work on that, but for now, we just do this. There's nothing set up differently than what we're doing.
Okay.
Extensions are 12 months?
Or as long as we decide.
Oh, okay.
Decide something
But
different.
typically, that's been
Yeah,
the,
that's what we have done.
So, excuse me, originally when they are awarded, so
They get
like
2
this
years.
year, they have 2.5 years. So 2025 awards have until December 31st of 2027 to do the project and submit the reimbursement request.
Alma, so assuming some of these extensions aren't granted, do those funds just stay in the RAPS? I mean, they just go into the RAPS fund and stay there for future allocation?
Yes.
Future years?
So with all of the RAPS awards, they are all have purchase orders created, and so these are in a purchase order. And so we would just need to release them, and then it goes back into the pot of money. And so in next year, 2026, the available funds would, if these are not granted, would add this to the available funds.
Okay, thank you.
Can we ask Russ, would you come and let us ask you some questions as well? Thank you for joining us. You'll need to state your name.
Russ Aquina, the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Logan. I can take questions first or give an overview of the ones that Alma has described to you, whichever way you'd like to go.
I guess the ones that are more concerning are the ones that have already had 2 extensions, and especially the first one has not had any expenses yet. I would tend more to say, please come back and reapply for that project. I mean, we haven't discussed it yet, but can you explain to us, some of the parameters of those projects and where they're at?
On that first one, the Logan Middle Canal Trail, we have had a great deal of discussion and debate on the design and trying to get that project packaged up and out to bid. Part of the redesign dilemma for us has to do with the project itself is simply a concrete culvert that goes over a stormwater ditch. This is on 800 East, 1250 North. On the east side of 8th East is USU Properties. This is near the USU softball facility where the canal goes under 800 East. Right now, what people do to get from the south side of the canal on 800 East to the north side is they have to walk out in the road. The purpose of the concrete culvert was to eliminate that safety hazard, provide for a safer way for people to get from one side of the canal to the other. In talking with different contractors, there was debate about whether a precast culvert should be placed or whether that should be constructed in place. And typically we'll reach out informally to contractors. So as we prepare to bid, we expect to have good feedback. And the design consultant on the project working with us for almost a year had not been able to arrive at good enough data to suggest that the project should go. And so we were prepared then to come back and say, this is it, this project's not going to move forward. In just the last couple of months, we got feedback from contractors in so much that we then decided there's enough information here to go to bid. We went to bid and had 4 contractors respond to it. And the one that we've selected said, we can start this project on August 18th, which is next Monday, and be done by sometime in October. What's baffling for us is why it takes so long to be able to get good enough data to be able to then proceed with bidding. We got it now, why couldn't we get it then? And some of that information I'm not privy to because I don't know their circumstances. And like I said, we'll ask, but sometimes a project can languish for an undetermined period of time. That one in particular, because we have a notice to proceed, we would hope that the county council might look at that particular project now that we have a date to start and a projected end date for the project, that it could move forward. So that's been our holdup with the Middle Canal Trail project. For me, and I'm not a contractor, but to me it seems like this is one of the easiest projects to get done. Why the delays? Like everybody else, I suppose I'm learning as this goes along, but that's been our holdup on that particular project.
Russ, sorry. So will the cost be the same? I mean, here it is 4 years later, or 3. Is the cost going to be the same, or is?
No, the cost is escalated, of course, right? We're not the city's not asking for additional RAPS dollars for it. We're having to make that up with our own funds, knowing that Cache County had already made a commitment to the project when it was originally submitted. And those funds are in place now, but if we have to find other funding to close that gap, or we would cancel the project, which we'd hate to do because we're ready to execute a notice to proceed. But to your question, no, the funds on the county side wouldn't increase.
Okay, thanks.
Technically out of extension on these first two anyhow?
I don't believe, and Alma, there's nothing in statute that says you can't give a certain number of extensions.
Yeah, but the extension expired December of 2024 on the first two.
Oh, like, is there a statute of limitation?
I don't know.
When it has to be renewed?
But why wasn't this brought forward
Yeah.
earlier then, if the extension is 12 months?
I don't know.
Good question.
Because technically, we're now 20 months past extension.
And I will add that for these projects here, they did, the timeline did get away from me because we were trying to deal with these other issues related to the projects. But, that's on me to not keep up with where those deadlines are.
And I'll take some responsibility as well. I don't know if you remember last year, ARPA and the contracts and all of that, and I do apologize for not bringing this sooner. So I missed bringing these forward sooner.
And when you say Middle Canal, this is the Cache Highline Canal, right?
No, this is the one that runs, it runs under 800 East
It's the same, it's Cache Highline is just
Association.
upper and middle, they are merged as
It's
an
Cache Highline
organization.
Canal.
Yeah,
It's the old Logan Northern Canal.
Yeah, it does merge back to Mark's comment, yes.
And this is the point when there is a high pressure line buried in that goes south, right?
Yes,
That's
and
probably the issue on the design that you're having a hard time with?
it's next to it.
Well, it's,
Yeah, there's the canal line that's in a pipe next to the open stormwater ditch next to it, and that's what contractors were having issues with. Yeah.
Does anyone have any other questions about the first project?
Just, you said we do have a bid for it. What is the total cost? Or is that to be determined?
No, it's been determined. It's just over 300,000, 301,000.
Okay.
I think it was 279 plus the 10% contingency brought it to just over 300,000.
Yeah, I was just curious what percentage this would represent of the total.
Fox Creek culvert to run over.
Okay, do you want to talk about the second one?
Yes, so on 1800 South, two items with that. In fact, the last time I came here, this is somewhat embarrassing to have to come back again after making a request for an extension the last time. Well, last time it was about our labor deficit. We've since have addressed that, but we had design delays with this particular project next to this walking path, which is between two subdivisions. This is the Spring subdivision on the west side of town, west of 10th West, and the Logan River Estates, which is just west of it. So in between these two subdivisions is this narrow corridor, and next to that narrow corridor is an irrigation pipe that runs along what would become the trail. We've had a lot of design issues and delays with dealing with the, these are referred to as catch basins. So these are clean outs that are in the pipe, and those needed to be elevated to the height of the trail. And we could never get the design such that we could continue moving with the project. Ultimately, what's happened is we've suspended the design and the firm that was helping us with it, and we are now doing the project with adjustments needed in the field by our staff. And so currently, the project has been underway for the last almost 2 months between 1800 South and the Logan River Trail. They're going to make those field adjustments as needed to move the project along. And that's being performed by city staff now.
So is that, it looks like about $6,000 has been expended. How long ago was that spent? And what kind of a time frame are you looking at to finish?
On this project, on the 1800 South project, we're looking to finish at the end of November, partly because this section of trail is going to require asphalt paving, and we need to stay in front of that paving schedule. We do have some fencing that, in working with the Logan River Estates, they've requested that we also put in as part of the project, which we're willing to do, a privacy fencing. So those two components are what's remaining of that project, and we anticipate being done by the end of November this year.
Okay. Anybody else have questions on that project? Okay, going to number 3.
On project 752, so this is in what we've referred to as the Logan Outdoor Recreation Complex. This is a pretty large area. It's about 100 acres south of the Logan landfill. 200 south.
I think we're talking about the South Woodruff Neighborhood Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're talking about this one right here.
Okay. Okay. Yes, we're actually talking about the same project in my head.
Okay.
But just so to make it easy on everybody, project 752, 200 south, and you have that in parentheses as Mapleview?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm addressing the right one.
Yeah.
This project, we had this project intertwined with the reconstruction of 200 South. And this was a narrow road south of the landfill between 1900 West and the road to the Greenways facility, if you're familiar with that, which is 1400 West. This park is part of the larger outdoor recreation complex, but it was being treated as a specific project with different funding, including that from RAPS, and it is to build a neighborhood park. We had to time the construction of that project with what was going to occur, which has now been completed, the reconstruction of 200 South. And the reason for that is when we went out to bid for 200 South, we included components that we thought were like like materials. So for the purposes of getting an economy of scale on our bidding or on the costs. And so the parking lot for this park was part of the 200 South project because of the amount of asphalt that was going to be involved, along with the asphalt for the road and concrete for curb and gutter and so forth. And that couldn't proceed soon enough for us to stay in a timeline because we were tying this project to a larger project, which, looking back now, for a number of different reasons, I don't think we'll do that again because it cost us in time to get the parts of the project that I'm over moving fast enough with the contractor that was doing the road project. And so we have some of it spent, but not all of it. We do have a contractor that's already in place for Mapleview Park, and they're expected to finish what this project money is a part of, Project 752, by the end of November. That's their end of contract date for Mapleview Park. In fact, the only portions left of this project now is the irrigation and the landscaping. There's already a pavilion that's been erected by the contractor, and most of the work that's already in their scope of work, as I said, is anticipated to be done this fall.
Okay. Any questions on that one? Okay, number 4 is the Logan River Trail Bridge at Trapper Park.
Yes. So this project was moving along quite well in terms of the RAPS deadline until we got some environmental feedback, particularly from FEMA. And at that time, this was about a year ago, and it's taken us almost a year to get approvals for additional information that was requested of us to demonstrate that we weren't changing the flood elevation in the area of Trapper Park where this bridge is going to go. We didn't have the flow or the hydraulic data that was necessary, and so that was going to trigger the need for a new floodplain map that would have then be approved by FEMA. And this just seemed to get worse and worse. We have a bridge that was waiting for fabrication. We already knew we had to wait till the yellow-billed cuckoo nesting period was done with, which is September 1st. And so everything was being lined up to happen then when this occurred. And so it essentially stopped the project for us. And I was spending probably more time than I should have dealing with the flood map related stuff. And this one got away from me in terms of the deadlines. I can report, though, that in the last 4 weeks, we did hear back from FEMA. They have given us the green light to go. Because of that holdup, there are 2 other projects that are happening next Monday at Trapper Park. One is the piping of the canal through the park, which the Cache Water District is involved with, the Logan River Blacksmith Fork Irrigation Company, and then restoration of the riverbank between Willow Lakes and Trapper Park. And we were all tied to the same approval from FEMA. And so next week, there's a lot that's going on. We have since authorized the bridge manufacturer in Alabama to move forward with the fabrication. They're planning to deliver the bridge at the end of October. And in 2 weeks, we're looking to go out to bid to get a contractor to put the abutments in at Trapper Park and have those cure in time so we can, when the bridge comes, we can place it. So there, on this particular project, a lot of moving pieces, one of which I didn't anticipate having to deal with. And, you know, I guess in the notebook for Russ Aquina, things to avoid the next time you do a project, you know, I just add this to it. I guess the one thing that in consultation with Mayor Daines has been that maybe what we need to do is make fewer requests at the time of the RAPS application to provide better management of projects that are awarded, because perhaps we've spread ourselves too thin moving forward. We have a great construction crew. About 5 years ago, we've had people leave to go to the private sector. We had one who passed away. And so we've got a crew now that we have to kind of retool for. And we have projects for them to do that, but we don't move as nimbly as we used to. And it's starting to show up in our work. And so if there's something to be done in the future, it's probably seeing maybe just one application from Logan City in the future.
So that one, you'd still have $12,000 to finish
Yeah.
spending on that one?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have questions about that? Okay, do we want to discuss these one at a time? How do you guys want to discuss what you want to do about this? I'll just say this, when I first came in, my heart was saying, those two that have already had 2 extensions, we just need to have them come back and apply again. But it sounds to me like they both are very close to being able to be finished, and so.
How
and then,
long does the reapplication
it'll be
process take?
Well, we accept
next May.
applications every April,
April.
and then they're
once
approved by
a
the
year.
council in May.
Yeah, just once a year. And like I said, the other two, the 2 that were awarded in 2022, they've never asked for an extension on those yet. This is the first extension.
Will number 1 and number 2 be finished this year?
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're already contracted.
I move to give an extension of, until December 31st, 2025 for number 1 and 2.
Okay,
I'll second that, with
Okay.
the understanding that we probably need to make some changes on extensions for RAPS funds.
I agree. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the extension on projects 1 and 2 of this list. Is there any further discussion?
I just think that, yeah, with it, going along with Barbara's comment, I think it's kind of a precedent that the approach to coming into RAPS is just an idea of come in and money grab. We want it to have really concrete, detailed plans so that they can implement them quickly and not have multiple extensions given.
Yeah, and this is not anything against you, Russ, but it seems like the holdup on both of those first 2 projects where there wasn't a design in place before the application was made. And so maybe that would be, as you look forward to different applications, and that's something that the RAPS committee might consider and expect from applicants.
Yes.
But
Yeah, in fact, one other caveat to that is what we anticipated for design almost didn't happen that way, and which is kind of scary because it makes it hard for us to put packages together to submit for funding.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
We want to take a vote on the
Yes,
motion?
been moved and seconded that we approve number 1 and 2. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Again, until December 31st,
Till this-
2025.
Yep. Okay. Now, the 3rd and 4th one, you said that number 3, you anticipate being done by November?
By November 30th, it's already under contract with the contractor on site.
Okay. And number 4, you say it should be done by the end of October?
Yeah, with the bridge already in fabrication,
Okay.
yeah.
Does someone want to make a motion about extending those 2 projects?
I'd move that we extend numbers 2 and 3.
3 and 4?
4.
Sorry, 3 and 4?
Do you want to give that a date as well?
Well, yeah, I'd say we can also put them at the end of the year,
Okay.
December 31st, 2020.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we extend the RAPS projects number 3 and 4 on our list until December 31st of 2025. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you so much, Russ.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Okay, we don't have any public hearings tonight, so,
B.
B. Fire, consideration of donating surplus fire apparatus. Chief George.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to present this evening. I'm here to request your authorization to donate our 2 remaining surplus fire apparatus to our neighboring partner agencies in Box Elder and Rich counties. This was the process that was actually started back in May, and it's just a continuation of those last 2 that were brought up during that same discussion then. The first of those apparatuses is a 1996 Pierce Freightliner F-70. This is proposed for donation to the Central Box Elder Fire District. Their department operates on an annual budget of about $55,000. Their actual apparatus portion of that is only about $1,500. With their current apparatus, which is a 1980 GMC, it's had ongoing mechanical issues, so it's been a fair bit of time out of service, and so it's very unreliable for them, and so this is a huge step forward for them. That chief has been over multiple times. He is in contact almost weekly because they're in that desperate of a need to find another alternative for their community. The second is a 1991 Pierce engine that's proposed for donation to the Randolph Fire District in Rich County. They operate on a slightly larger budget of about $65,000 all combined, and their current apparatus is actually a 1971 Ford fire engine. While it's still service worthy, it also has a long history of periods of out of service due to mechanical failures. It's slightly newer by about 2 years than their neighboring district over there, and so it will really make a big difference there. Both of these engines to be donated are no longer suitable for our operational needs due to their age, and they really have no resale value on the open market. They are, however, very mechanically sound and would be highly beneficial to these smaller agencies. Receipt of these apparatus will improve their response capacity without creating a financial hardship on those communities over there. I respectfully request this authorization, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. I tried to be fairly comprehensive in the process.
They'll come here and pick them up, won't they? I just don't want them to break down between here and then, and then they say, hey, will you fix these for us?
They've both come out. They've actually test drove the apparatus. Box Elder went so far as to bring out brand new batteries for that one to make sure that it was fit for service. When Randolph came over, they actually did kind of an ad hoc pump test on it to confirm that the packings and everything on that pump were still in good shape and it would still flow the water that they need to protect the community.
Isn't Box Elder poaching some of our sheriffs or patrol guides? If they are, then let's send this fire engine over with 4 flat tires.
Does anybody have any questions for Chief George? I know we already discussed this once and we were all pretty much in favor. So I would accept a motion on that.
I'll move that we donate surplus fire apparatuses to Central Box Elder County with the 1996 Pierce Freightliner F-70 and the 1991 Pierce engine to Randolph Fire District in Rich County.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve these donations of fire apparatus. Any further discussion?
As long as they do not steal any of
I know. Tell them that. Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. All right. Diana.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Diana Schaefer, Tax Administration Supervisor for the county. 2 items. Let's start with the easy one. It's a request for a tax filing extension. So each year, about this time, I bring before you an extension. Most of the dates for tax relief applications is September 1st. So the deadline falls on September 1st. The bill doesn't go out till October. We have no ability to help them unless the council extends that time period, which is allowable by law. And that's in various sections, saying that you can extend it to December 31st. We ask for an extension to November 30th, as that is when the taxes are due. So we figure, and that way we have the month of December to close our roll without processing new.
Okay. Do you want to talk about each individual case, or I don't know if everyone's
So this is
read
just
through
the
them?
extension.
This is just the extension.
This is just the extension. That's the first one. It's just to extend it to November 30th.
Okay.
Is that 0015?
It's, I don't think this one's in the packet. I just brought the,
Is it this memorandum that I have?
it's this memorandum.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not,
No,
Packet?
I just pass this around. I bring this every August.
Okay.
All right, does anyone have questions for Diana about this extension?
The only things I find questionable on are there are like 3 new types of deferrals. The legislature is leaning really towards deferral. They are trying to kill the circuit breaker, which is an actual abatement for those folks that have paid for their home their whole life and they're on a limited income and the value keeps climbing and the taxes keep climbing. So
You're preaching to the choir on
That was a
one.
governor veto, wasn't it?
that was a governor veto.
But they're bringing it back again.
He's bringing it back again.
It'll come back.
Yeah, I heard that senator state in open meeting that this tax relief program was allowing folks to stay in their homes longer than they should. Which I thought, well, they took their whole life to pay for that one single.
specific person.
No,
No,
this is just.
no, this is just,
extending our
this is
deadline.
just to extend the program from September 1st to November 30th, so we can continue to accept applications for relief.
Okay.
Okay.
We do this every year.
Yeah.
Do this every year.
Guessing what you'll talk about next are the 3.
Correct.
Can I get a
Okay,
motion
so we
on
need to
that?
make
I
a
moved
motion
to-
on this one, Diana.
Please.
I move to approve the extension of the deadline as presented.
Second.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we extend the deadline as presented. Any further
Second it.
discussion?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Did
thought,
somebody already did?
yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
And then moving on to the second item of business, which are 3 different hardships. Let's start with the one that is ending in the parcel number 0046. This comes with a recommendation for denial.
Can you tell us the name?
She was non-compliant in providing the financial information. Specifically, there was no hardship application, and there were 2 other individuals living in the house, which all tax relief is, that's income-based, is based on household income. That means any adults that are in the home and what income they're earning, you know, to meet that tax obligation.
Okay, so you recommend denial on that one?
Recommend denial on the one ending in 0046.
Okay,
So can I make a motion to support the recommendation for denial? Okay.
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded that we support the recommendation for denial of property tax relief of 0046. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Moving on to the second case, ending in 0015. This individual, 57-year-old female, has been approved since 2021. She had a really massive accident when she was a teenager, and so she has total like ear dysfunction, hand dysfunction, back dysfunction, and in addition to that is low income. And based on her level of income, being at
23.
there you go, 23,401, that brings her at a 38% abatement.
And I see that previous years that was approved.
Correct.
20, yeah, last
21,
4
22,
years,
23,
basically.
24, correct.
Okay,
Move to approve 0015 at 38%.
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded that we approve 0015 as has been recommended. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Case number 3, ending in 0012. This younger gentleman has been coming to us since 21 also. His parents died, they left him the house. He is disabled and has a very low income. So that's at like $14,000 a year. So he comes with a recommendation for a 50% abatement.
Move to approve this property 0012 at 50%.
Second it.
been moved and seconded that we approve property 0012 at the recommended amount. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Okay, let me get this signed. Okay. Initial proposals for consideration of action. Okay, Angie.
Hello. Yeah, Angie Zetterquist, Interim Director, Development Services.
Angie, will you pull that microphone down? I know that
Yes.
it's really hard to hear in the back of the room sometimes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is an annexation request that will, oh, never mind, I failed. I did have a presentation for you, but apparently it didn't make it onto my flash drive. So I do apologize for that. This is a small annexation request. It's actually just 1.29 acres in total. It includes a portion of a 6-acre property that it has a mixed jurisdiction between Millville and unincorporated county. I did not mention that this is located just south of Millville on the west side of 100 East in Millville, 500 East County Road. So again, the parcel or the annexation would include about a half-acre portion of the split jurisdiction property, a separate parcel at 0.43 acres, and then the county road, which makes up another third of an acre that runs along the frontage of the two parcels being annexed. The parcels will create an unincorporated island. On page 3 of the staff report, I've done some really bad coloring in, but the green shows the annexation request area. Then the orange on the other side of the road are the two parcels that would create the unincorporated island. That kind of light gray that you see all around is Millville city boundaries. So again, per state code, if a annexation would create an unincorporated peninsula or island, it does need to come to county council to either agree to it or to disagree and protest the annexation. Because they are taking the full road along that frontage is about 210 linear feet. The county engineer did not have any concerns with it, and we just present it to you to, again, take the possible actions of either agreeing to the annexation, which creates the unincorporated island, or disagreeing and protesting the annexation. Millville has not formally accepted the annexation request, but they have done an initial acceptance just based off the county's determination and decision.
Angie, is there an issue if it says here it is unknown if the two property owners in the subdivision were invited to be a part of the annexation?
Correct.
Will that create any problems in the future?
No, and annexations, you can't be forced on property owners, so they would have had to accept it, but it still does result in the unincorporated island.
What are some of the issues of that little island being unincorporated? Like, what are things that we should consider?
So they're tax different, emergency provisions could be different as well. Those are the main ones that I can think of. Again, typically we're mainly concerned about the municipality taking on maintenance of the road. This isn't a huge amount of that county road, but it does acquire the full width of the right-of-way.
Okay. Who else has questions for Angie? Do you want to make a motion? Or do you want to discuss it?
I move to suspend the rules and approve resolution 2025-29.
second that, knowing that Millville is taking full responsibility of the road.
Yes.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve Resolution 2025-29. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Angie. Okay. 8B, are you handling that one? No. Oh, it's Taylor.
Good evening, council members. This particular resolution is just probably the last one in regards to the Mental Health Authority. Cast your minds back to the misty past of 2024, where we had done research and work with our Mental Health Authority and figured out, according to state code, that a unified local health authority needs to have substance abuse, public health, and mental health all together. Our mental health at that time was separate. So this is the culmination of that process where we set up our mental health authority under the Bear River Health Department and created that unified local health department. This is winding down that mental health authority that was created back in 1994. So this is just putting our umbrella away now that we've gotten our other umbrella extended. So if you have any questions about this change, this is just winding down that mental health authority that has been superseded by this new arrangement we have with the Bear River Health Department.
The only question I had, do all three legislative bodies in each county have to agree to this in order for it?
Yes, my understanding is Rich County's already passed it. Box Elder, I'm not sure. They had a denial of service cyber attack in the past month that you may have heard about. I think they may have passed it, but I'm not sure if it has gotten done. If it hasn't gotten done, it is imminently going to happen. So
I know they agreed.
Yeah.
It's all in agreement, so.
Okay, I'd accept a motion on that.
I move to suspend the rules and approve resolution 2025-32.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve Resolution 2025-32. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the ordinance 2025-23 are pending action. Andrew.
Good evening, council. Ordinance 2025-23 is the proclamations policy that was initially introduced during the last council meeting. There were some questions on it. It was sent back to the Ordinance and Policy Review Committee just to see if there are any refinements that need to be made. After some discussion, the Ordinance and Policy Review Committee recommended no change and recommended its passage as is. Do you guys have any questions, thoughts, concerns? I know there was kind of the question of, you know, if you want to do something that's a bit, that has like some spontaneity to it, to specifically honor a specific person, thing, or event, there was kind of that, this understanding that perhaps that wouldn't be the most, how do I say, appropriate use of this type of policy instrument, rather maybe some sort of just letter of appreciation in that time. But to use this type of proclamation in question would be more like Law Enforcement Week, things that are a little bit more general, things that are countywide. And while that's not technically in the policy, that has to be kind of a council norm or a norm set with the executive as well, that these are going to be things that affect the entire county, and they have to be big, and this isn't just one-off things. So, do you guys have any questions, concerns?
I appreciate OMP taking a second look at that. Okay, I would accept a motion on that policy.
So, if I could go back, Andrew, you said anything on the spontaneity, so attending an event at, I don't know. one of our partners, you know, somebody like CAPSA, right? Some place that provides a lot of services for members of our community. And they recognize us there and they would like us to speak. I'm just trying to pull something out of thin air, so it's kind of, my mind is kind of blinking a little bit. I mean, we don't have to decline speaking because we don't have something approved, but we can speak as a member of of this body.
This is not speaking, this is an official proclamation that we're gonna read.
Okay.
And if they did ask us to come and speak and we wanted to read a proclamation, I don't think it would hurt if we read it here and approved it, and then somebody goes to the function and reads it to the public there, right? I think I had a lot of questions last time, and I think I got my questions answered. But that does have nothing to do with one of us speaking at a function.
Oh, but if like Nolan rescued a cat from a burning building and Catherine wanted to designate today as
Nolan
Nolan
Cat
Cat
Day.
Rescuing Day, then he'd have to technically.
example.
Yes.
I know you know
Can
you
we
do
go
good.
something more dignified?
You do good in your spare time, so yeah.
Like a
but-
rescue dog or something.
Yeah. But yes, so that would have to have council approval.
Yes.
So I'm of the mind if the executive or whoever wants to do that, they're elected and they can do that. So I'll probably just not support this one, but I understand it.
Okay, does anyone want to make a motion about that, or any further discussion?
I would move to approve ordinance 2025-23, the proclamation policy.
I'll second it.
Did you move to suspend the rules? Oh, wait, no, this is,
Second.
sorry.
This
Nope,
is
you're,
second. Yeah.
nope, I got it wrong, sorry.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve ordinance 2025-23. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
All right. The Providence City Property Lease Agreement for the county library usage. Mark, do you want to, or Andrew's going to tell us about that one too.
Stick with the traditional norm and have Andrew present these
Okay,
things.
perfect.
Sweet. So this is the same agreement that was presented in the last council meeting for essentially establishing or how should I say, it, securing a space technically for the county library. The only change that has been made between now and then was the one technicality that was spotted under 6A with regards to utility services, that type of thing. From what I understand, it was changed from the county being required to provide things like data service to then having it be Providence City. I do want to note that this technically would be a different version than what Providence City has passed, so they would need to also pass the same version as well for it to be for both parties to enter, if I understand correctly. Do you guys have any questions?
I know Mark spoke about this at our last meeting and explained things quite well. Does anyone have questions for Andrew or Mark about that?
I know this is for 3 years, right?
3 years, and I believe there's a 180-day sort of notice period, if I recall.
Yeah, it's Article
Several
19 for the termination. That's the method. Meaning, if there is, by, any future discussion this body wants to have about county library service, we're not boxed in and can't talk about it until this expires. We have the autonomy to do so. And reality is this just basically affirms the status quo because we've just been without an agreement for so long.
And I think we should have some discussions about
Yeah.
the service that we provide to the county as far as the library. I think there's some things to think outside the box.
Yeah, and forgive me if I mentioned it last time, but as far as the library board's discussion, this being the first step is, get the house in order so that, there's an agreement that governs, physically what is taking place, what's happening. And then also, because of some of the shift there, historically Providence and River Heights have had defined seats on that library board. This shifts that so that that is not obligated and therefore can have a broader representation across the county be involved with appointments to that board coming through the executive with the council's confirmation. So it does give the opportunity to launch forward into that broader discussion. I agree, I think we need to have. So.
I did have a conversation with the Providence city manager, if you want me just to fill you in. Last time, particularly, I think Dave and I were wondering where that 16,000 went or where it came from. 17. 16 now, it's disappearing by the second.
It's gone.
So I did talk to him, and he said that their contribution was intended to help ensure a free and equitable library system for all residents. So it wasn't under any obligation. It was just basically a voluntary contribution. He did say that the market rental rate for that building is about $3,500 per month. They're offering it to us for $1. He also mentioned I asked about the internet and them providing it, and he said it's 10 gigabits down. So, if we were to pursue that commercially, it would be a lot more expensive. But he did say they're not in a position to continue that contribution. But what they can offer is the $1 a year lease and the internet. So, and I did ask specifically about telephony or whatever in the contract. I can't remember the exact verbiage in there, if that is inclusive of internet. And he said, no, that was if like we wanted to run like VoIP service or something on the internet, that would be separate. But the internet is not included in that category. So.
Okay, I would entertain a motion on that resolution.
To that point though, I mean, there is a huge benefit to having the library in your own town that you're paying nothing for. So
Sure.
I kind of call that one out because, like all these other towns are paying an added amount to
Sure.
have a library that they have access to or in their own town. Like I asked in the meantime, Nibley City residents are paying $65,000 from their general fund to have access to an adjacent town's library.
Right.
So I call that out.
And Logan spent millions of dollars.
Yeah, and
on the
Logan spent
library.
millions of dollars. So I don't believe that.
Yeah, I think it's probably fair to say it wasn't just out of the goodness of their heart. Right?
It's
maybe leave it at that.
It's a great advantage, and I
Right.
think that we need to recognize that too. That's a great perk for them to be able to offer to the residents, and we need to further conversations about it to Mark's point as well.
Yeah.
Right?
And none
Like,
of
right
that's
now, let's
lost
get it
on anyone
legitimate.
in the negotiations.
Yeah, let's make
Reality
it
are-
legitimate.
The lease versus the contribution and participation are two separate things. Historically, they were all in one document. They should be
Two separate.
separate.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is
Yeah.
the first step.
But I think
Yeah.
it's fair to say, could they use it as a museum if they wanted? Could they use it to expand their city offices if they wanted?
That's
Yes,
true.
they could. And there
$3,500
are
a
other.
month is $46,000 a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I'll conclude by saying I think there's such thing as an agreement that can be mutually beneficial to both parties, of
Yes.
which I think this is one. So
So
if
yeah,
someone wants to make a motion, I will support it.
yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Let's make it
Yeah.
legitimate and let's.
And just as a reminder, council, we just discovered that there was no agreement.
Yeah.
So we had to,
We have
had
we had to
an
enter
agreement.
negotiations to figure it out.
We had to
A
do
start.
Yeah.
We had to do something because it's inappropriate to go in any partnership without it written down.
Right. And if we want to,
Especially as a government entity.
if we want to negotiate more aggressively than $1 a year, I guess that's the next step.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. That can be.
But having said that, I'll move to approve resolution 2025-31.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve resolution 2025-31. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am not in favor of this. I think the $250,000 that we're spending on each year are for that particular library, I think ought to be disseminated and build up all the other libraries, help all of them in some ways, and somehow get agreements to get access that way to where more people have access in more locations rather than just one.
And I think that's a really, one really good idea that we need to pursue
Yeah.
moving forward. I really do.
Agreed, this gives us the opportunity to have those discussions so lots of great things.
Yeah. Any further discussion? Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay. All right, other business, the sauerkraut days, this Friday at 5:00 PM, there's a parade.
Delicious.
Who is planning to go to that? Do we have an entry in that parade?
I believe so, yes.
Okay,
Is that Friday night?
yeah, it's Friday night at 5:00.
It's like a mile long. It's awesome. It's not even very far. Maybe not even that. Maybe 6 blocks.
If anyone else can go, I could be there, but I don't want to go by myself.
I'll be there.
Okay.
If I'm back in town, I'll go, but I don't know.
I'll let you know, day of kind of thing, if I can get away from work,
Okay.
et cetera.
Okay.
Okay, River Heights Apple Days Parade on the 23rd at 3:45 is the parade.
I'll be there if anybody else will go. I don't want to go alone.
No, I can do that one too.
Okay.
Me and you.
I know.
We need to get a shirt. I'm working on that. Okay.
That's a busy weekend for a lot of
Yeah.
things going on.
Yeah.
Keep working.
I know. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for your support. Okay,
No, just work on it. Work.
Wellsville City Founder's Day Parade, September 1st at 9:30 in the morning. Is that a Saturday, I'm assuming?
That's
Monday.
Memorial Day.
Oh, it's Monday Memorial.
Labor Day. I said
Labor
wrong
Day.
one.
Labor Day, yeah. That's true.
My bad, that's twice now.
Okay, Wellsville. That's a fun parade.
I'll go to that. I'll be in town for that.
Okay,
I am tentative.
yeah, put me down for that one too.
I'd like to go to that one.
But see if we're already in that one, Andrew, because see if you can get us closer to the front by the city dignitaries, because they always do like a shootout and stuff, and we're always in the back and we miss it.
I made the request already.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if that'll
Want to
work.
hear the bullets whiz by?
I do. I want to see the shootout.
They still,
Okay.
I thought they weren't allowed to do that anymore.
Oh, they fixed that.
Retrofitted things.
Might be
They
a
can't
blank-
call
a
it a
blank.
stand battle.
Yeah,
Oh, you
we've
can't?
become
I
politically
know
correct.
What is it, a Wellsville woke shootout?
There are cowboys.
Yeah.
There's cowboys. Okay, the UAC convention, has everybody gotten to Andrew, whether you can go to the UAC convention and what days you can be there?
I probably won't be there on the 8th, but I'll do the 9th and 10th.
Yeah, it starts the morning of the 9th
Yeah.
at 8 AM. If somebody wants to drive down early that morning,
I'll be driving back and forth myself, so.
okay.
So will I. I'll
Yeah, I
drive
don't
back
need
and
a
forth.
Okay.
I'll be there each time, but driving back and forth as well.
Okay,
Well,
and
Yeah,
you have to go down on the 8th, right? Okay,
from out of the country, 94. So.
okay. All right, council member reports. Barbara?
We had our first meeting for America 250 with the committee members. Not all of them showed up, but we had some great discussion on different things that we wanted to do. And we've got some good things going on with our committee members, so I'm excited about that. I'll let Mark report on what's coming up on the Heroes Tribute, because we've got some good things going on there too. And we had our first governments committee meeting about a week ago, and things are moving along there.
Okay.
That's it.
Who wants to talk about the rodeo? I won't steal it
Go ahead.
but great time. I think our executive was on the radio. I think the number that they threw out was 80,000 people. That's how many they anticipated on attending. And if you drove by the fairgrounds any of those nights, you could see all the cars lined up, and it was very well attended. Great event. I was at the rodeo. I think Nolan and Dave and Mark were there on Friday night, and they honored us, and they drove us around, and Bart drove us around in the truck, and we waved and blew kisses, and it was just a great event, and I think it's one of the most anticipated events of the year, if not the most. So just want to thank everyone involved in making that happen. I just want to give a quick update on COSAC. They took I'll say the tentative green light that we gave them to pursue notification options for those that could be eligible for open space, and they're working on making assignments so they can come back to us with a recommendation for how to get the word out. And then last, I just want to thank Bryson and his team for all the work they're doing tonight to make the countywide elections happen.
I'd like to add for the fair and the rodeo, shout out to the USU Extension and the 4-H. I have some nieces that were showing their dogs and doing tricks and stuff, and they run a very nice program down there, and the judges and everything are just great. So, yes, thank you.
Okay, Nolan.
I'm asking for input because I'm on a water committee for creating a policy for the legislative ruling. But also, as a council, we've put a moratorium on subdivisions. I'd like to ask your permission that we invite our state water engineer and our Bear River Health Department for a meeting so we can discuss septic tanks and water and be going on that. Because all of this is coming together, and as we sat and talked about, the water committee is more about irrigation rather than water rights. It's water shares and what's going on there, but we do need to be looking at the water rights and where we're going as far as wells and protecting the pureness of that water. So I think in the near future we need to get those involved. If you're okay with that, I will champion those guys to a meeting with our planning and zoning so that we can come up with some kind of understanding there.
Okay.
So I think we need to work on that. I also, Sandy and I and Dave Erickson were at a roads committee meeting yesterday. A lot of issues are going to be coming up and are up about surveys and stuff in the county that need tweaked or worked on, and some county property. Dirk was there as well. So those guys have been busy with a lot of issues. So I have a resolution for it. We decided as a committee we would make a recommendation, and then that would be brought to the council for a decision and an understanding on that. But I do believe that those type of things would need to be done in executive rather than speaking about those pieces of property in a public meeting.
Okay. We'd have to talk to Taylor about that, but I think that's probably appropriate. Okay. All right, Catherine.
Just along with Barbara, we've been working closely with the compensation committee, and we have made recommendations that will be coming probably in next week's meeting. Barbara, I think it was that we were trying to keep on the timeline for with the budget talks to be in concurrence with the budget talks. So it's been with Dirk and a few others, so it's been a lot of work, but I think we feel pretty good about our recommendations.
Okay. Steve.
The Cache County Fair celebration is getting bigger and better continually. And we have an amazing group of people that are they are dedicated to that celebration, and they make it just a huge success. And like I say, I just sit in awe so many times when I just see it just continue to grow, and more people are enjoying it, and it does just keep getting bigger and better. And I commend them because they are a big push to it. We got some really, really good people that, that literally put Cache Valley and Cache County first in everything that they're doing. So.
Along with that, I don't know if we can, but it would be nice to recognize our USU Extension group and the 4-H and all they do. I mean, if you walk around those animals and everything, it's amazing what those kids are involved. So, and that comes to us because of so much help from the USU Extension group. So.
I wonder next year when we do the rodeo queens or the royalty that come, if we could maybe have the extension honored that night too here in the council. Chambers.
Proclamation coming?
We could do that. We have an ordinance now, we could do that.
I don't think very well, so nothing for me.
I agree with you, Nolan.
Yeah.
You do awesome.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, so the library discussion is one of the things that I've had some meetings on, but we've covered that. There was the OMP discussion last Friday mentioned. But as Barbara mentioned, the Heroes Tribute event is also working with the American 250 Committee. And the Heroes Tribute will be the kickoff event for Cache County. Super excited that that's been able to be pulled together. It was kind of a learn on the fly, and a lot of good things have come out of that. Just brief overview, because it is an event that the American 250 is involved in. The Heroes Tribute is, the spirit of the event is to honor Utah's fallen military, the Gold Star families, and local veterans. Collaboration between the Rocky Mountain Veterans Center and the Lance Corporal Michael J. Allred Foundation. So the Ride for the Fallen motorcycle ride, this will be the 21st year of that event. They've merged with the Rocky Mountain Veterans Center to put on the weekend of the Heroes Tribute, which is August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, with a banquet and a scholarship recommendation or recognition on the 22nd, where scholarship recipients will be receive the official award, and other things. Craig Jessup is the keynote speaker. Then the motorcycle ride will be the 23rd, and then on the Sunday there's a patriotic devotional. Man, sorry.
In Elk Ridge Park.
At Elk Ridge Park. And thanks to other members from this council as well who have been working on that, particularly Barbara and Sandy had a meeting on this past Saturday to help pull all that together in time.
So I have
Should
one
be a great
question.
event.
Are you going to actually ride a motorcycle?
I am not. I have experienced all that I need to on one of those.
I told them I'd lend him one.
The old man three-wheeler.
Could go for a three-wheeler, but I'm excited to be one of the chase vehicles. So.
Okay, thank you.
And then Mark, aren't they having a breakfast on the 23rd also that's open to the public?
Yes,
too?
so the ride, excuse me, sorry, I shouldn't have gone so briefly over that, but yeah, the motorcycle ride, it includes a breakfast in the morning and a patriotic program, and then the ride, and then lunch after the ride, and all that at Elk Ridge Park. And then the route, which this year is modified route. It's usually from Elk Ridge Park through the north end of the valley around to Bear Lake, and then back through Logan Canyon and back to Elk Ridge Park. Because of the construction with the internet and cell service going in up Logan Canyon, it's not safe enough for 100 and 200, hopefully 300 bikes going through. And so the route was modified to take in the north part of the valley over to Brigham City, back around, and then loop into the valley and catch the south end. So it'll be a unique, kind of a one-of-a-kind event this time because of the altered route. But it'll be a great event.
Thank you. I was at the rodeo Saturday night, and I had to park half a mile away. I blocked for it. I think it's getting bigger and bigger, the attendance at the fair. So again.
There were so many food,
Yeah.
like venues.
I know, and there
I
was
couldn't
still
get over how
a
many,
million
there were
lines.
still tons of lines.
I know.
And that was nice.
So
It is-
many.
It is so
many
nice. So
venues.
again, shout out to our fair people and everyone who takes part in that. Other than all the things that have been talked about, did you want to say something else?
Sorry, yeah, I forgot one other thing. As we mentioned, our clerk is not here because they're working on elections. There was a power outage in Logan, if you noticed that, for about 45 minutes earlier today. It hit the event center, so there were people for in-person voting that were there at the time, but they managed through it. But it worked out that all were able to vote, and no denial of persons' opportunities to participate in the election.
Good, good. Okay, yeah, the only thing I was gonna add is that Mark and Dave and I met, had a coordination meeting with Dirk and the executive yesterday morning, talked about, we went through several things, got some updates that I can share. Andrew will type up the notes from that meeting and share them with everybody. And, a lot of the things you all know about, so we'll figure that out and let you know what we talked about.
Chair, did we confirm that we're meeting next week, and did we want to say
Yes.
anything about that?
We are meeting next Tuesday night. It will be budget focused, and we will just keep working together to pull as much information to the council as possible so that we can
Item on the agenda.
Yep, there's only one item on the agenda, it will be the budget. There will be no other focus of that meeting. Huh?
So far.
So far, that's it. That's gonna be it. Okay, all right, I would accept a motion to do our next portion.
Move to go into executive session for discussion of the character, professional competence, or physical or mental health of an individual.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we move to executive session. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. You didn't make that motion again.
We
That
have to do it again. So
we have to adjourn the,
Exit, executive.
Executive session.
I move that we exit executive session.
Second?
it's been moved and seconded that we exit the executive session and reconvene as a regular session. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that the Cache County Council, pursuant to Utah Code, formally request and direct the Cache County Auditor to conduct a performance audit of the county's Code Enforcement Division for the following purposes: to compile a complete and accurate database of enforcement actions taken by the division, and to determine whether any such actions were altered, suppressed, or otherwise tampered with, to identify the nature of any such tampering, and to assess the outcomes of the affected cases, to evaluate the county's practices and effectiveness in monitoring and enforcing the terms of conditional use permits issued by the county, and to examine the adequacy and effectiveness of existing county statutes governing code enforcement, with specific attention to identifying any statutory or procedural shortcomings and recommending improvements. The auditor is further directed to provide a written report of findings and recommendations to the council within 90 days of this request, if practicable, and in any case no later than December 31st, 2025. And I would like to add that I think an audit is a good thing. It can bring things that we need to improve on as a county, and it can make us a better county.
Thank you for that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the aforementioned performance audit. Those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adjourn.